Hey, it's Carol J. Dunlop, your online WOW strategist. How are you doing? And I want to say greetings to everyone who's watching on the replay, and thank you so much to everyone who has given me such love and support, and making the comments, following me, getting on the list, purchasing the book. It's totally awesome. So, as usual, give me like a minute or so I can share this. Is it telling me? Nope, it's not even telling me that I'm live now. I'm looking on my laptop. Let's see what's going on. Let me renew it. Okay, it's not up there yet. There we go. There we go. It's there. So let me share this out to my two groups. Thank you for joining in. And we'll get started. Give me about like 3 minutes, maybe 2. Let me go to my group. I definitely want to share it there. And let's see, what are we talking about? How to show out. And that's what we're talking about today. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Show out and stand out to your target audience. We are talking about showing out. I have a story about showing out. My mom would probably not like to hear that. Copy. Okay, we're going to post it. I got one more group. Hold on one second. Share. Right, post. Be right there. Group. Social. I wish there was an easier way to do it. If you know of an easier way to share this, let me know. Well, I do know a way, but I haven't done it yet because I have to see if I want to do that or not. Okay, so I just shared it. So we're good to go. So hey, how you doing? Have you made your plans for the Black Friday weekend? More importantly, have you made your plans for Thanksgiving? I want to wish everyone a happy, family-oriented, no stress, no drama Thanksgiving. Sometimes, I'm just checking my voice there. Sometimes that's hard to do, but I know we can do it. So anyway, we're on a countdown. So tomorrow will be my last day doing the Facebook Lives on the strategies that I have in the book. So I'm glad that you could join me today. And for all of you who have been tuning in, whether you're watching me live or you're watching me on the replay, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Again, if you didn't hear, I just want to let you know a little bit about me. I don't think I've shared my story at all on these lives, so you may be new to me. My name is Carol J. Dunlop. I am the online WOW strategist and #1 international best-selling author for this book, Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Savvy Entrepreneurs to Stand Out, Stop Struggling, and Start Profiting. And my mission is to help you to create a profitable business. Now, I mainly work with people to help savvypreneurs market their business successfully online. And you may say, well, Carol, I have a brick and mortar business. I might not want to be online. Well, let me tell you, let me break it down to you. If you're not online, you're losing out on money, plain and simple. Because social media is online, content marketing is online, and most of your people are online. If Facebook has over 2 billion or right at 2 billion people who are subscribers of theirs, you know that within that, some of your people are online somewhere, and it's up to you to find them. So whether you have a brick and mortar, which is a regular walk-in store, and say how you doing, ring it up at the cash register, or you're strictly an online business, or you're a hybrid of both, it doesn't matter. You have to market your business online. You have to use online concepts. You have to use social media. You have to use content marketing. And you most importantly have to use email marketing and have to incorporate your online, not your online, but your WOW website. And you may be wondering, well, isn't my website a WOW website? What is a WOW website? A WOW website is a website that answers the questions of your target audience once they land there. It shows them that you know what their pain points are. It shows them that you are the authority. You have the solutions that they are looking for so that they can buy from you. That's what a WOW website does. It doesn't matter if your website does all these fancy things, has all the newest, latest technology, is beautiful, it looks great. If it doesn't get clients, it ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Because there's only 2 things that a website needs to do. That's 1, go out and search for your a target audience and bring them back to your site. So go out, search for your target audience, bring them back to your site. And then number 2 is to close deals, close clients, make them clients and customers of yours, and patients if you're a service provider like that. But that's really all it's there for. It's the home base of all the marketing that you do. And if your website isn't doing that, then you need to see me so we can get that going. You can actually get a free Online Wow assessment where we will look at your website, all your social media presence, and decide where you're missing out on these clients and what you can do to stop that. And you can get that by going to csicorporation.com/Online Wow. So I look forward to you all doing it. So now we're talking about how savvypreneurs stand out. That is our subject for today. If you missed any of the other videos, they are live on the page now. You can just probably scroll down underneath. And I started them on last Monday. I started them on Monday, not yesterday Monday, but last Monday. So you got a whole plethora of things to look for. And I also have them on my site because I'm going to take them down off the Facebook page. They're not going to be there forever, and I will put them in the Facebook group, and that is the Unmarket Your Business Facebook group. So I'll tell you all about how to get them and keep them forever. So now let's talk about how savvy entrepreneurs stand out, and how does that happen? And that's by showing out. And show out is actually chapter 11 in the book. So I talk all about showing out. Have your parents ever told you, or your guardian or whoever was taking care of you, have they ever told you, don't you go and show out on me when they take you out somewhere because they say, I'm going to let you have it? My mom used to tell me that all the time. Don't you dare show out, because I knew that meant that I was getting a whipping if I did. If I didn't do what she said, or if I went off on my own, or if I started opening up packages or whatever, I was going to get it sometimes right there in the store, but at least by the time I got home, I was in for it, right? Well, let's make showing out an unmarketing strategy and make it a way for you to get clients by showing out. And what does showing out mean? It means that you are starting a show of your own, an audio podcast or a video podcast, but a regular way of you promoting your business, getting yourself out there, talking to your target market, telling them all about how you solve their unique problems, showing them that you know their problems so that they can come to you. That's what showing out means. That's what the title of the chapter 11, Show Out, means. It's all about starting your own podcast, whether it's an audio podcast or a video. And there are pros and cons to each. I'm going to go over there. This is the problem of why, if you don't start showing out, this is what's going to happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Nobody's going to know you're out there. Nobody's going to know what you do. They won't know that you have the solution to their problem, so they won't contact you. They won't get to know, like, and trust you, and they will not buy from you. And if they don't do any of that, then you're out of business just about as soon as you went into business, or your business will be limping along in 2018. And we don't want that, do we? We want to have a thriving, successful business for 2018 so that it can fund our lifestyle. I've said that over and over again from the time I started the Facebook Lives last Monday. We are not in this for our health. Even if you're a health coach, you're not in this for your health. You're in this business so that you can fund your lifestyle, so that you can do the things you want to do. And if one of the things, if you're a heart-centered entrepreneur, if you're someone that cares about other people and you want to help others, this is how you can do it, by making money in your business. If you're not making money in your business right now, then you need to change something. So that's what happened with me. I had to change something in 2016 because I wasn't making the money I wanted. I wasn't able to fund the lifestyle that I wanted, so I started making changes. Sometimes the changes are overnight and they happen. Sometimes the changes takes weeks, months, maybe even years. It just depends on what you're doing. But it all starts with your mindset that you can do it. And I know that I can do it, and I know that I'm not giving up. And I hope that you're right there along with me. So the consequences, I talked about that. You're not going to have any business. So we're going to stop that right now by teaching you how to show out. Now, as I said, it's all about starting a podcast. Why would you want to start a podcast? Because it's a way of you taking pieces of your brain and giving it to your target audience. Again, taking pieces of your brain and giving it to your target audience so they get to know you, like you, trust you, and start buying from you. And you may say, well, maybe people don't want pieces of my brain. Yes, they do. There are people out there that are waiting for you to come on the scene. They're waiting for you to come on board. They're waiting for the solution that you have that is specific to them. But if you don't go look for them, or if they don't know that you're there, you guys will never meet and you'll never get the thing done. So let's see how we set that up. These are the steps that you can get your podcast set up and get out there so your target audience knows you're there and starts buying from you. Number one, you may ask, what are you going to talk about? So that's what you need to decide. What are you going to talk about on your podcast? And you can talk about the system you've created, about how to do something. Maybe it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 system. Maybe it's to start here, then go to their system, whatever it is. There are things in your life that you've done amazing with. Maybe you've had 20 years of experience in a certain career, or 10 or 5 years experience in a certain career or lifestyle, or something that somebody wants to do, and you know how to do it, so you're going to share it with them and tell them how to do it in your podcast. You're going to take one episode at a time. Maybe you have a 10-step process. So you cover the first step in episode 1, the second step in episode 2, and so on and so forth, so that people know, wow, this is really great. This is how she did it. Now I can do it too. Maybe it's just your knowledge of, let's say, for instance, you have a history of domestic abuse or violence or sexual violence against you, and you lived to tell the story. People want to know about how you did it. So you show them how they did it, how you did it. And the people out there who are wanting to get out of that situation, they're going to tune into you because they're trying to get where you are. Or maybe you are going to showcase great guests. There are great, awesome people out there who have done things that you haven't done, or who are on the way up, and you can bring them on your podcast, and then you become the expert, the authority, saying, wow, she always has the greatest guests on her show. I always learn so much. So they'll start tuning into you and looking at you as the authority figure that knows the who's who of whatever it is in your industry. So that's step one. This is what you talk about. Number two, you may ask, what platforms do I use? For me, I've used now three, I guess, but two separate platforms that have helped me with my podcast. If you don't know, I have a podcast called Unmarket Your Business that airs every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I won't be on this Thursday because guess what? I'll be eating. But it airs every Thursday at 1 p.m. It's just 30 minutes. Blog Talk Radio is a platform that I use. Blog Talk Radio has a free and a paid service. So the free service gives you 30 minutes. It broadcasts to the network, and when you get finished, it immediately gives you an MP3 that you can download, share, whatever, and it lives on Blog Talk Radio forever and ever and ever. I have shows, and there's a revenue model in there too. I have shows that I did for my personal training company, and they're still there, and they're still sending me a check. So, get started, because you can get paid. You can start getting paid like that. The other way that I've been using to broadcast my knowledge, get a piece of my brain out there, is YouTube Live. Of course, you can do Facebook Lives. You can turn that into a podcast. I know entrepreneurs that are doing that. But YouTube Live is very good. You don't have to do it live, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but it's a way of getting people to know, like, and trust you. If you're doing the audio part of it, you don't have to get made up. You don't have to get dressed up. You can really just pick up the phone, dial in, and start talking. Of course, you want to have a format. You want to get to know, you want people to know you as a certain way of doing your podcast. So I outline that whole thing in chapter 11 of the book, Unmarket Your Business. But the video, same thing. It's just that video you're going to have to get made up, unless you just go on there and say, I don't ever do makeup. I don't do my hair and everything. So if you want a tribe of people like that, fine. Whatever is your authentic self, that's what you broadcast. And you can do it audio or video. The next thing is, do you want to do it live or do you want to record? Now, right now, live streaming is the in thing to do. And it doesn't matter what you're talking about or what your subject matter is. And my husband was looking at one of his, at his godson the other day, and he was broadcasting him and his brother playing a video game. So people live stream all kinds of stuff. We're talking about doing it for business, right? So if you want to do it for business, you could still live stream your ideas. Or you could actually record yourself on video and then put it up on YouTube or even up on Facebook as a recorded video that just plays when people click on it. You could do the same thing with your podcast. You don't have to do it live because I stream my podcast to iTunes, and you know iTunes is not live, so it takes a recorded version of my podcast and puts it on iTunes. So it's up to you. You can do live, you can do recorded, you can do a bit of both. It just depends on what you want. And then number 4, distribution. Distribution is what gets you noticed. It's how you get syndicated. You know, we're talking about TV shows. You know those old shows from the 70s and 80s and even 90s that we watched and we loved, and now they're bringing them back or they're redoing them. And we're like, maybe TV Land, we can go to TV Land and catch those old shows. I love those things, and they're always there. So that's syndication. You know, a TV show now, if you get 100, I think it's 100 episodes, you go into syndication where you can make more money. Well, look at it, step it down a bit because nobody's paying you right now, but you can get your show, your podcast, audio or video in different, put it out on different platforms. Repurposing it is what I call it, so that people can see it no matter what platform they're on. And so, for instance, you can take one live video podcast, whether you're doing a YouTube live, an Instagram live. I think you can download Instagram. Just say YouTube and Facebook because I know you can download them. Okay, you download the video and then you change it into an audio. You strip the audio out of it. So that's 2 ways you can distribute it. You download the video that you did on Facebook and you put it up on YouTube and Twitter and some other stuff, maybe LinkedIn too. That's another way you can distribute it. Then you take the video, the audio podcast that you did, and you transcribe it. So that's 4 ways you can distribute it, because now you can actually create a blog post out of it, put the text up there on the blog, and put your video there for the people who only, who are visual and like to see it. You can have the transcript there for the people who like to just read, and you can have the audio there for people who like to listen. And then you can take all of those and maybe break them down. Maybe make some mini videos that promo your episode and lead to that video. I mean, there's just so many things, and I don't want to overwhelm you with the things you can do, but I do want you to do it. I want you to show out. Show out is no longer a bad word in your vocabulary that you have to be wary of your mom coming and beating you across the head because you're showing out. I want you to show out. It's a way for you to stand out. It's a way for entrepreneurs, savvy entrepreneurs, to stand out, and I want that for you, because standing out means that more of your target audience will get to know you, like you, trust you, and buy from you. So that is all I have for today. I've got one more strategy that we're going to go through tomorrow. So please join me again tomorrow at 11 a.m. I will see you then. Happy holidays. Let me put this thing in here before I go. I almost forgot. I always do that. See if I'm ready to purchase the book, com/book. Then I want you to go to this link, csicorporation.com/book, and you can purchase the Kindle version of the book. And if you look above the Buy Now button, it'll say purchase 2 or more and save money. So I have a special. If you want to purchase 2, 5, 7, or 10 books, that way you can save one for yourself and give one to your friends and loved ones. You can do that. And if you enter this code, UnmarketBook, you will actually be able to save $5 off of that. But that expires tomorrow, so hurry up and do it now. Go and get your book. Learn about all the strategies. I've got one more that we're going to talk about tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.